The House will come to order. The pledge will be led by Annie Zaruba, the University of Denver, Colorado.
Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Is she going to do some work for you?
No, please, let's not.
Just give me 2 seconds. Mr. Culler, please call the roll.
Representatives Arndt. Becker J. Representative John Becker. I see him. Becker K. Brown. Buck. Buckner. Carver. Conti. Representative Conti. Okay, excused. Quorum. Court. Representative Court.
Representative Court excused.
Danielson. Representative Danielson, there we go. Del Grosso. Dorr. Duran. Esgar. Everett. Fields. Representative Fields. Foote. Garnett. Janal. Hamner. Humphrey. Joshi. Kagan. Kaiser. Klingenschmidt. Kraftarp. Landgraf. Lawrence. Lebsock. Lee. Representative Lee.
Representative Lee excused.
Lontine. Lundeen. McCann. Representative Conti is present. Melton. Mitch Bush. Moreno.
Moreno excused. Representative Moreno excused.
Navarro. Neville. Nordberg. Pabon. Pedersen. Nice. Thank you. Representative Pedersen.
Representative Pedersen excused.
Primavera. Priola. Rankin. Ransom. Rosenthal. Rupe. Ryden. Sane. Representative Sane. One of these days it's going to work.
See, I'm bipartisan.
Yeah, that's good. Representative Court is present. Court is present.
Representative Sane excused.
Salazar. Sias. Singer.
All right.
Singer calls in, he's running late.
Representative Singer excused.
Tate. Thurlow. Tyler. Van Winkle. Vigil. Willett. Williams. Representative Lee is present. Representative William. Representative Pedersen is present. Representative Williams. Wilson. Windholz.
Yes, that's
Winter. Young.
that is made of some.
Madam Speaker.
I doubt very much. I'll probably be here when they do that.
Yes.
With 62 present, 3 excused, a quorum is present. Representative Neville.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the Journal of Monday, March 16th the reading of the Journal of Monday, March 16th be dispensed with and it be approved by the Chief Clerk as corrected.
You have heard the motion, I think, that the journal be adopted as corrected by the Chief Clerk. All those in favor say aye. Opposed say no. Motion passes. Announcements and introductions. Announcements and introductions, or would you all just like to have a little chat here for a while? Representative Brown.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and colleagues, members. Remember, tomorrow is Ag Day here at the Capitol. There will be 14 different cooks downstairs. Be sure and get something to eat down there, and get your aides and everybody else to eat down there too. It ought to be a good time tomorrow. Thank you.
Representative Kraft Tharp.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. So, members,
would you wait just
here.
a moment, please? Thank you, Representative.
So, members, I just want to take
Attention.
a moment and wish you happy St. Patrick's Day and happy birthday to Charles Ashby, our reporter from the Great Western Slope.
Choir should sing to him. Where's our choir when we need them? Further announcements and introductions? Seeing none, no more announcements and introductions. Seeing none, the next order of business is third reading, final passage of bills. Members, please take your seats. Members, please take your seats for third reading and final passage. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1222.
House Bill 1222 by Representative Becker Kale, Senator Sonnenberg, concerning authorization of pilot projects for voluntary transfer of water efficiency savings to the Colorado Water Conservation Board for in-stream use purposes and water divisions that include lands west of the Continental Divide.
We're in third reading, folks. Please take your seats. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1222 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of House Bill 1222 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 35 ayes, 29 noes, and 1 excused, House Bill 1222 is passed. Co-sponsors. Close the machine. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1251.
House Bill 1251 by Representatives Court and Wilson, also Senator Kerr, concerning adjustments to the total employer contribution rate of the Denver Public Schools Division of the Public Employees Retirement Association in connection with the equalization status of the Association's Denver Public Schools Division with the Association's School Division as required by the merger of the Denver Public Schools Retirement System with the Association.
Very good, Mr. Kohler. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1251 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of House Bill 1251 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 55 ayes, 9 noes, and 1 excused, House Bill 1251 is passed. Co-sponsors. Close the machine. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1212.
House Bill 1212 by Representative Becker Kay, also Senators Kerr and Merrifield, concerning making permanent the State Board of Land Commissioners' authority to sell state trust land to local governments.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1212 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of House Bill 1212 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 38 ayes and 26 noes, 1 excused, House Bill 1212 is passed. Co-sponsors. Close the machine. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of Senate Bill 103.
Senate Bill 103 by Senator Lundberg, also Representative Becker Kay, concerning continuation of the Compliance Advisory Panel in connection with implementing the recommendations of the Department of Regulatory Agencies as contained in the 2014 Sunset Report.
The question is the passage of Senate Bill 103 on third reading and final passage. Madam Majority Leader,
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
please give us the question.
I move for the passage of Senate Bill 103 on third reading and final passage.
You've heard the motion on the passage of Senate Bill 103. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 63 ayes, 2 noes, and 0 excused, Senate Bill 103 is passed. Co-sponsors. Close the machine. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1131.
House Bill 1131 by Representatives Esgar and Lee, also Senator Lambert, concerning the release of information related to critical incidents at the current facilities operated by the Division of Youth Corrections in connection with making an appropriation.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1131 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of House Bill 1131 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 65 ayes and no noes, House Bill 1131 is passed. Co-sponsors. Close the machine. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1136.
House Bill 1136 by Representative Navarro, also Senator Woods, concerning the number of disabled veteran license plates with the identifying figure authorizing the use of parking privileges may be issued to a qualified individual in connection with making an appropriation.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1136 on third reading and final passage.
The question before us is the passage of House Bill 1136 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 65 ayes, no noes, House Bill 1136 is passed. Co-sponsors. Close the machine. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1157.
House Bill 1157, Representatives Willett and Pabon, also Senators Heath and Merrifield, concerning the creation of an economic development working group for highly distressed regions of the state in order to develop legislation to improve the economic vitality of those regions in connection with making appropriation.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1157 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of House Bill 1157 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 51 ayes, 14 noes, and no excused, House Bill 1157 is passed. Co-sponsors. Close the machine. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1224.
House Bill 1224 by Representative Mitch Bush, also Senators Hill and Todd, concerning accounting for state monies received by public post-secondary institutions that do not participate in the College Opportunity Fund program.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1224 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of House Bill 1224 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Representative Singh. Close the machine. With 65 ayes, no noes, and 0 excused, House Bill 1224 is passed. Co-sponsors. Close the machine. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of Senate Bill 191.
Senate Bill 191 by Senators Sheffield and Carroll, also Representatives Duran and Del Grosso, concerning payment of expenses of the Legislative Department.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of Senate Bill 191 on third reading and final passage.
The question before us is the passage of Senate Bill 191, your salary bill. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 65 ayes, no noes, and no excuse, Senate Bill 191 is passed. Co-sponsors. Close the machine. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1246.
House Bill 1246 by Representatives Lee and Pabon, also Senators Sheffield and Hill, concerning the authorization of crowdfunding of intrastate securities.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1246 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of House Bill 1246 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 65 ayes and no noes, House Bill 1246 is passed. Co-sponsors. Close the machine. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1142.
House Bill 1142, Representative McCann, also Senator Guzman, concerning the conduct of foreclosure sales by a public trustee in connection with authorizing the conduct of foreclosure sales through the internet and other electronic media and authorizing the collection of fees by electronic transfer.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1142 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of House Bill 1142 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 65 ayes and no noes, House Bill 1142 is passed. Co-sponsors. Close the machine. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of Senate Bill 97.
Senate Bill 97 by Senator Aguilar, also Representative Landgraf, concerning the eligibility of supplemental needs trust to receive certain public employees' retirement association benefits.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of Senate Bill 97 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of Senate Bill 97 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. With 50, close the machine. With 57 ayes, 8 noes, and 0 excused, Senate Bill 97 is passed. Co-sponsors. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1073. I guess you can close them.
House Bill 1073, Representative Salazar, also Senator Ulibarri, concerning allowing a driver to challenge the validity of a law enforcement officer's initial contact with the driver.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1073 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of House Bill 1073 on third reading and final passage. See no discussion. Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Representative Klingenschmidt. Close the machine. With 65 ayes, no and no noes, House Bill 1073 is passed. Co-sponsors. Close the machine. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of Senate Bill 30.
Senate Bill 30 by Senator Carroll, also Representative Foote, concerning removing culpability for prostitution for a victim of human trafficking.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of Senate Bill 30 on third reading and final passage.
The question before us is the passage of Senate Bill 30 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. There we go. Close the machine. With 65 ayes and no noes, Senate Bill 30 is passed. Co-sponsors. Close the machine. We will now move to announcements and introductions. Announcements and introductions. Anybody have any announcements and introductions? Or are you asleep in your chair? Representative Wilson.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Colleagues, an exciting bit of news for you. You can take last week's flyer off your bulletin board and replace it with this month's flyer. Sportsman's Caucus Thursday, high noon, room 112. Hot dogs will be here. See you there.
Representative Lee.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. For members of the Judiciary Committee, no meeting this morning, but we will be meeting this afternoon. Thank you.
Somebody from the committee. That's what I understand, but we need to check with Dan Carton about that. I think Sue did that, Representative, right? So we should check with her. Who's next? Representative Tyler.
Thank you, Madam
Or is it
Chair.
Representative
Transportation
Kohler?
Committee,
I
listen
forgot.
up. We're not meeting today, by the way, but we are meeting tomorrow. We will be hearing one bill, the Winters Bill, House Bill 1284. We will not be hearing from the Department of Motor Vehicles tomorrow as scheduled. So change up in the schedule. See you tomorrow.
Are there further announcements? Representative Fields. You want to do those? Oh, okay. Oh, Representative Fields and Representative Lawrence. And may we have everybody's attention?
That is really tiny.
Thank you.
So Thursday.
Good morning, colleagues, Madam Speaker. Victims Caucus is going to be Thursday, March 19th from 12 to 1 p.m. We're going to be in Committee Room 107, and the topic is?
The topic is DNA and unsolved crimes. So this is where you want to be. This is the hot meeting to go to. And on a second announcement, tomorrow is the Diabetes Caucus, Wednesday, March 18th in room 354 from 12 to 1. And I don't know what the topic is, but it should be a good meeting for tomorrow. So tomorrow is diabetes, Thursday is victims' rights.
Further announcements and introductions. Further announcements and Representative McCann.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Health Insurance and Environment Committee, we will meet downstairs in about 10 minutes. See you there.
Are there other announcements and introductions before we have our St. Patrick's Day ceremony? Representative Lawrence.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members,
Happy St. Patrick's Day to you, Representative Lawrence, and to everyone else who's wearing green today.
yes, and happy St. Patrick's Day. I love seeing the green around the building. And here is this fabulous green coat that I know is highly coveted by everyone in this chamber. So let's just make sure you can all get a good picture of it.
Isn't that just beautiful?
Isn't this wonderful? We're not sure if it's a man's or a woman's coat. It's made out of some fabric that I'm sure is not biodegradable. And one of you will be going home with this fabulous prize today.
It might burn, Representative Lawrence. I don't know.
It might melt. I don't know if it would burn. So I would just like to tell everyone, for all of our new members, what the tale of the green coat is. 'Tis said the green coat was crafted by the leprechauns and given to St. Paddy himself to wear as he taught many schools along Ireland's west coast. After nearly 30 years of teaching and spreading God's word, he died on March 17th, 461 AD. He was to be buried in the green coat. However, an unlicensed mortician switched it with a British knockoff and kept the real coat for his own evil purposes. When the leprechauns discovered this great crime, they sought the help of the Fenians, also known as Fianna, a legendary brand of heroes who defended Ireland and Scotland and kept law and order. The Fenians immediately recovered the coat from the evil, unlicensed mortician and returned it to the leprechauns, determined that, in honor of both St. Paddy and the Fenians, the coat shall only be worn by those who seek the truth and strive to preserve justice through the making of the law. The evil, unlicensed mortician on the other hand, was cursed with perpetual regulation. Not much is known of the history of the coat from 461 AD to modern times, although it is said that George Washington wore the coat for warmth and wisdom as he crossed the Delaware, and that Lincoln did the same on his train ride to Gettysburg. What is known, however, is that sometime in the late 20th century, the coat was acquired by Representative Stan Johnson, a Republican from Boulder, in an honest game of poker with a few leprechauns at an Irish pub near the Colorado Capitol, though it is said that some advantage was taken because the leprechauns had a pint or three too many. The coat was transferred with some conditions, however. First, that it shall never leave the Capitol, and second, its great power shall not be used for partisan advantage, and therefore the requirement that when the holders of public service are done, it should be bequeathed to a worthy member of the other party. May the powers of the green coat grant you the strength of its previous keepers, the goodwill of St. Patrick himself, the heroism of the Fenians, the leadership of George Washington, the compassion of Abraham Lincoln, the luck of the leprechauns, and the bipartisanship of the previous keepers of the coat in the Colorado House of Representatives. And today, I would like to present this fabulous green coat and all of the history that comes along with it to Representative Diane Mitch Bush, a two-time Routt County Commissioner.
Wow! Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow.
Representative Mitch Bush, please proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Well, I'll just put this right on. And I'm mostly Irish, actually, even though that Bavarian last name tricks people. So my great-great-grandmother's on both sides. My father, my mother, everybody who are, by the way, all dead, would love this. And I will, in all seriousness, try to keep with that tradition of strength and bipartisanship and working with everyone for the good of all. Thank you. Now what do I have to
The
do?
coat fits you very smartly, Representative Mitch Bush. Thank you, Representative Lawrence. Representative Court.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I just want to say that if you didn't realize that that story was full of blarney, when Representative Lawrence said that there was a Republican from Boulder, you know the story was full of blarney.
He was a very nice Republican, Representative Court. Bless his soul. He was a wonderful person. So, are there further announcements and introductions? Seeing none, let's call it St. Patrick's Day. And Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you. Oh, just one moment.
Did you move something? More announcements and introductions. Representative Ryden.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, I want to welcome my students from Aurora Public Schools who are just now entering the chambers.
Representative McCann.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I want to remind you that tomorrow there is a lunch being put on by the Colorado Health Institute, which will be at noon tomorrow, and it will be in Senate Committee Room 356. We will be talking about health-related bills that have passed and failed, highlight notable bills in progress, and discuss things that have happened in the first session and what we expect coming in the second session. So that's by the Colorado Health Institute. They always do a really good job at their Lunch and Learn, so that's in Senate Room 356 tomorrow.
Representative Lundeen.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. And as a member of the Clan Lamont family lamb, I will send you forth from this chamber today with an old Irish blessing. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face and the rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand.
Thank you. Yeah, are there further announcements and introductions? Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to lay over the balance of the calendar until tomorrow, March 18th.
The motion is to lay over the balance of the calendar until tomorrow. Seeing no objection, we will lay over according to the Majority Leader's instructions. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the House stand in recess until 1 p.m. later today.
The motion is to stand in recess until 1 p.m. today. Seeing no objection, we will be in recess till 1 p.m. today.